Okay, this is the third time that I'm recording this, so hopefully I get everything across that I need to. Very quickly, I wanted to mention that I tag my notes using Tiago Forte's Para method, which is projects, areas, resources, and archive, which is a built-in for Bear. I also have my work notes, important journal, literature notes, and incomplete. Those are things that I also implemented for myself. I think of every course or track as a project. Projects are things that are, actionable and have a start and end date generally. You're going to finish this at some point. This is going to go away. And that's kind of important to note. It's like a thing that I like to keep in mind because the information that I get in these courses, obviously I want to take bits and pieces out and use it in the future or on other projects or in my life in general. The way I do something where it's a nano degree or a track, depending on the platform that you use to call it different things, I take the highest level, in this case it's a track on Coursera. I create a note. I pin the note. I put this little campsite thing as a quick visual indicator, and I put a little blurb from the creator of the content that just kind of, gets to the heart of what's the point of the track. This one has, I think, 6 different courses. I've currently only got these 3 because I was taking notes in a different app and started using Bear for this purpose earlier in the year. You'll see that I have 2 tags. One is the projects and what it's called, and the other is resources, coursework, Coursera. Which if you go into here, you'll see I have under coursework all the platforms that I would take notes from. Let's say we go into one of the courses. Okay. At the top, you have a backlink that brings you right back to the track page. That's just for ease of navigation. You see concepts. These are notes that I've created as I was going through the modules, and this is pretty incomplete. Like there's a bunch that I still need to go through and put up here, but this kind of is a record of all of the information I've sort of mined and want to take out. So if we look, for example, at personal identifiable information, this is something that's useful in my field as a data analyst. You can see that actually lives in areas OK Computer data, which is a catch-all for my data science and data analytics notes. But I do have a reference that tells me where I got it from up here. And I have a typo. And I also, in Bear 2, you have backlinks, so you can quickly see where these things have been mentioned. But I like to just explicitly put a backlink to, the, where this actually came from, right? So in this case, it was from the Google Data Analytics Professional Certificate, Course 3, Module 2. And here we have a module note. And each of the headers I think I've taken verbatim from the course author. And as I go through each of those pieces of the module, I just take notes. You can do this however makes sense to you. This is completely individual, right? And there's like bias in samples, like this idea here. I actually probably want to extract this into its own note. I haven't quite done that yet, right? Different types of biases, for example. Here I created a confirmation bias note, right? But I need to do that for other things too. And I can't emphasize enough how important I think it is to create notes from the information as you distill it that you will save outside of the context of the course notes themselves. Because you don't want to just take all your course notes just for the sake of that, to maybe take a test or something. That's not going to help you as a person to kind of grow and apply the information you're learning to other things. So that's pretty much it, to be honest. You'll see these, I think I pointed out the tags. Those are, when I'm done with like this whole track, I'm gonna get rid of this one, the projects one, but it's still gonna, all those notes are still gonna live under coursework Coursera if I ever need to refer back to them. I don't think I'm gonna archive them because I still want them accessible, right? And that's pretty much it. I think I explained in my post about how, the assignments notes, I don't have very many of them, but like, maybe there's a note where I need to like really suss out things on their own for the assignment that I can't quite do on the fly or in my head. So I just make a note and work out that information there. And I would also just quickly point out this is a course that I had started on Wondrium, and this is just a course, so it's not part of a track or anything. It's just a course. So like in this case, I literally just list out all of the modules, and as I go through them, I'm going to do the same thing as those notes I just showed you. So you can kind of do this however makes sense to you, but I hope this gives you some maybe food for thought about how you want to organize your course notes.